Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Ex-Chiefs RB quickly signs with Steelers after being cut by KC. Running back La'Mical Perine, formerly of the Kansas City Chiefs, signed a one-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers on May 23, according to the Steelers. Perine, 26, entered the NFL as a fourth-round pick of the New York Jets in 2020. He spent 2 seasons with the Jets before he was waived by the team in August 2022. During his time in New York, he registered 72 rushing attempts for 263 yards and 2 touchdowns, according to Pro Football Reference. After a brief stint on the Philadelphia Eagles practice squad during the 2022 season and the Miami Dolphins practice squad in the same season, Perine was cut by Miami on January 23, 2023. Kansas City then signed Perine to its practice squad on January 28. Perine was not active for the Chiefs' 2023 Super Bowl victory over the Eagles, but he did sign a reserve/future contract with the team after the win. He stuck with the team through the 2023 season and was active for 3 games during the regular season. In those games, he recorded 22 rushes for 77 yards and 3 receptions for 33 yards. The Chiefs released Perine on May 17. Perine joins a Pittsburgh backfield that includes Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren, Cordarrelle Patterson, Aaron Shamklin, Jonathan Ward, and Daijun Edwards. The 2-time defending Super Bowl champions held their first set of organized team activities from May 20 to May 22. OTAs were the first opportunity for Kansas City's rookies to integrate with the veterans in a practice setting. Speaking to the media on Day 2 of OTAs, Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes explained what his message was to the rookie class as Kansas City embarks on its journey for a three-peat. "I think it's to try to be great every single day. They have to learn how to work. That's every class that comes in, every group of rookies, you have to push them to be great," Mahomes explained of his message to the rookies. "That's why you see me over there yelling, 'Finish,' and you see me talk to those guys after every single play. We know that those guys are what is going to keep us going, keep this thing going. We're looking obviously at this year, but in future years as well. We want to make sure we push them to be great every single day, having those guys, a lot of talented guys who have displayed a lot of talent so far, but they have to continue to be great because they have to be good fast," Mahomes continued. "It's not like we're waiting for them to develop to be a great player, we want them to be great the first day they step on the football field. I think our coaches and the players around really push guys to be great every single day." The remaining events on Kansas City's off-season schedule include 2 more sets of OTAs, which will take place from May 28 to May 30 and June 4 to June 7, and mandatory minicamp, which will take place from June 11 to June 13. After mandatory minicamp, the team will disperse for summer break until training camp in late July. Justin Fields says he is coming for Russell Wilson. The Pittsburgh Steelers may have signed Russell Wilson with the intent of having him be their starting quarterback, but that doesn't mean Justin Fields is surrendering the top spot. Both Fields and Wilson were present for the start of the Steelers' voluntary off-season team activities program. Fields talked with reporters on Tuesday and made it clear he will not be laying down and accepting the backup job. "I'm definitely competing," Fields said. "Russ knows that. We're competing against each other every day. I definitely don't have the mindset of me just sitting all year." Being in Pittsburgh is a fresh start for both players. The Denver Broncos infamously swung a huge trade for Wilson in 2022 and gave him a huge contract extension. However, his play with them was bad in 2022, though it improved last year. The Broncos went 11-19 in games he started. Fields was drafted number 11 by the Bears in 2021. He showed some improvement with them, but the Bears went 10-28 in games he started. They traded him to the Steelers as they cleared the way to draft Caleb Williams overall last month. Now Pittsburgh has 2 hungry quarterbacks eager to prove others wrong. The Pittsburgh Steelers have one of the most discussed quarterback battles around the NFL, taking place between Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Pittsburgh brought both quarterbacks into the fold in March. The Steelers signed Wilson on the first day of free agency and traded for Fields shortly after trading away Kenny Pickett. While Fields is incredibly dynamic, there were obviously reasons the Bears were willing to move on from him and select Caleb Williams. Pittsburgh is leaving no stone unturned, though, when it comes to helping Fields reach his potential and get everything back on track. One of those things is his mechanics, as Derek Bell of Steelers Now pointed out. Over the years, Fields has changed his right foot forward stance to allow him to stagger on it a bit to fit with the timing of most NFL concepts, Bell wrote. With the Steelers, Fields is back to all of his natural mechanics and honing in more on processing quickly within the pocket. Pittsburgh's aim is to unlock Justin Fields' processing speed within the pocket to cut down on negative plays. In order to do that, they feel he has to be as comfortable as possible in his mechanical adjustments. So, expect to see Fields reverting back to much of what makes him comfortable on the field in an aim to grow his game under comfortable circumstances. We know Fields has a cannon, but the little mechanical tweaks will help him become a more consistent, refined passer. Steelers named best landing spot for former first-round pick cornerback. The Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback room has a ton of potential, but lacks one thing: experience. Outside of Dante Jackson, the likes of Joey Porter Jr., Beanie Bishop, Darius Russ, and Corey Trice are all either second-year players or rookies. Now, for Porter, that's not an issue, as he has already shown superstar potential. But for the other unproven talent, the Steelers may be asking them to play a little above their abilities should they not be quite ready for significant roles. That may be the exact reason why Marcus Mosher of the 33rd team labeled the Steelers as the best landing spot for free agent cornerback Adoree Jackson. One player who could make sense in Pittsburgh is Adoree Jackson, Mosher wrote. He is a man-to-man cornerback with some inside-outside flexibility. He's played most of his career on the outside but has some slot experience from his days at USC and early on with the Titans. Jackson has struggled to stay healthy but is a quality player in the right situation. He was overmatched as the Giants' number 1 cornerback. Still, he could be a solid number 2 cornerback on the right defense at this stage of his career. It would make sense for the Steelers to bring in a veteran presence at the position. However, with the way that Darius Rush, Corey Trice, and Beanie Bishop have all looked thus far in OTAs, they may be ready for larger roles than originally anticipated. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Adoree Jackson? Leave your opinion in the comments.